welcome once again, everybody, to WMMA. Now, as always, I'm your host, Chuck Stevenson, coming at you again with another fight review. Last video I did was still being recorded on 6/19, which is National Martini Day. We're on to 6/20 now, early in the morning, still doing fight reviews, but it's no longer Martini Day, I'm back to whiskey. Good single barrel bourbon. Okay, we are moving on to Deep Jewels number 20. Hold on one second, I'll get the date on it. This was on June 9th, 2018. We're moving into the atomweight division. This was the main event of the evening. This was Emi Tomimatsu coming in at, I believe, 13-12. Hold on a sec. Gotta update my Tapology page. Internet's moving slow. I'm still uploading my last video. So we're looking at Emi Tomimatsu, 13-12, fighting Jeong Eun Park at 3-3. Interesting fight so far. We'll go into the first round. First round mostly consisted of actually, I was kind of surprised by the first round because, Park, having watched her fights before, she's traditionally a slow starter. You'd almost think she's a Muay Thai fighter, but she's not. She's more of a Sambo and kickboxing fighter. So the first round started off, Tomimatsu started circling the left, and, Park started scoring with jabs and right hooks. She started going to the body first with the right hooks. Park continued to outstrike Tomimatsu with combinations, switching between the body and the head. And Park definitely had the better of the striking. She was, darting in and out. She fought off, one clinch attempt by Tomimatsu. Tomimatsu, she wasn't completely powerless in the first round. She did catch a late kick in a round. But she tried to go for the takedown, but she was unable to do it. Second round, Park definitely continued to come alive. She was definitely scoring more with the strikes. And I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but the way Park was looking, the way her footwork was moving, the way she, just moved side to side, her head movement, the way she was striking, she looked like more of an alliance fighter, like she had been training with Dominic Cruz, or dare I even say it, she had been training in Colorado with TJ Dillashaw. The way she was moving it wasn't Matrix-like, but it looked a lot like some of the male fighters in the UFC 135 division, the way they move. She was showing some really good head movement, really good footwork, avoiding almost everything Tomimatsu threw. Very good striking from Park in this round. Both to the head, to the body, again, moving back and forth. Tomimatsu started to score with her own, landed some jabs, some knees when she got the clinch. Eventually, Tomimatsu got the fight to the ground. It was very late in the round. She didn't get the fight completely to the ground. She tried to get a takedown attempt. Park, got the guillotine in and jumped up. If you've ever watched Alexa Grasso versus Randa Marcos, it was like that. What Grasso did to Marcos in the third round, like she shot for a takedown, she grabbed the guillotine, backed up and jumped in the guard. Eventually, Tomimatsu took the fight to the ground. Park didn't have enough time left in the round to secure the takedown. So after 2 rounds, I had Park up 2-1. Third round, Park still was winning in the striking, but finally, Tomimatsu started to come alive. Like, she realized, she had to get this fight to the ground. Park actually tried for a takedown, and Tomimatsu sprawled. Park actually had her back at one point, And then, it was a weird situation. It was hard to explain. They were going back and forth, trying to like pummel for control. Park had Tomatsu's back. Eventually, Park actually slipped to the ground, and Tomatsu was in fell into Park's guard. Tomatsu finally realized that this was where she needed to be. Um, she slowly but diligently worked. She worked into Park's half guard. At one point, she got to north south, but Park was able to scramble out of it. Well, she passed the side control, then the north south. Um, she tried to threaten some submission attempts. Park was able to escape to her feet and started jabbing to a distance. Again, Tomatsu attempted two late takedowns. Park stuffed both of them, and then Park landed more jabs to the end of the round. Um, I gave the third round to Emi Tomimatsu. Jeong Eun Park won the fight on all three judges' scorecards, 29-28. I agree with that. I thought Park definitely won the first two rounds. Tomimatsu did enough to win the third round, being on top more. Um, it was a very good fight. Definitely I would say Park's best win to date against a much more experienced opponent. Matches to make after this. Road F, Park is normally a Road FC fighter, but Road FC has cut down their events this year from 12 to 8. They've had very few women's fights. So Park may or may not get onto Road FC again. If she stays in Japan, I expect her to face another tough vet. This is the second tough vet in a row for her. Last December at a full deep event, she faced their women's atomweight champion in a non-title fight that she lost by unanimous decision. Second fight in a row, she faced a tough veteran, and she won this one. So if she stays with Deep, she's going to keep facing these tough veterans because, that's the nature of the beast. Korea, Japan. I could go in a whole video about this. I won't. If she goes back to Road FC may give her a tough vet or they may give her a complete beginner. It's hard to say what Road FC would do with her. Emi Tomimatsu. It's late in her career. On paper, this probably should have been a win for her, but it ended up not being so in reality. I think they'll give her another beginner again before they give her anyone else higher ranked. Things to improve on. Jeong Eun Park, work on trying to get back to your feet quicker once you finally get taken down. I thought, she's known for her striking. I thought she did very well in her striking in this fight. Emi Tomimatsu, not so good in the striking in this fight, and it showed. At the end of the second round, she got up from the ground and she just had a look of frustration on her face. And then at the end of the third round, even though she had won the third round, she had a look of defeat on her face. She knew she had lost. Emi Tomimatsu, realize what your strengths are against your opponents going in, and then do your best to utilize those strengths against them. Guys, I don't have much more else to say on this fight. It was a pretty good fight. If you have access to a Beamer TV, and you'll need a VPN to watch it because Deep Jules only broadcasts on a Beamer TV, which is a Japanese streaming channel. If you have a chance, go check out the fight. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. And what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMAC now, the fastest growing mixed martial arts platform on YouTube. Guys,